want to.
Let's find you again.
Okay.
Okay, Elias, we're all here, and Brian is starting the meeting.
Hi, Elias.
Greetings.
Greetings. Is it going to be that small?
Yeah.
Can you see us?
Yes. Here, I'll
Okay.
put on the screen. I'm gonna show you on my screen what I see, so you can see what y'all guys is looking at. Can you see it?
We see a little circle. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, you can hear very clear.
You're kind of breaking in and out when you talk to us. So we'll just go ahead, and if you have a question or
What happened? Well, I think next time it'd probably be best to do it from a laptop or a phone. I see. Okay, I see you're back.
the most fascinating.
I was thinking
is this document right here. This is the graduation program from Fisk University, 1914. Wow. 100 years ago. This is the original program from that graduation where Robert Davis graduated from. He was a graduate of Fisk University, and there were two others from Georgia on this class roll. And as you look at this document, this was the 39th annual commencement exercise. 100 years ago, that was the 39th commencement. So now it's been 139 commencements for Fisk University, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. And obviously it's a historical black college. So you can pass that around as well. So we got a chance to see Aunt Flossie, Mary Frances, then we went down to see Pete and George, saw Skippy. Now I'm calling people by their nicknames, but that's
Carol Bibbs, who's uncle, not uncle, buddy, cousin buddy, y'all call him Uncle Buddy.
and then we went to Lizella and saw Aunt Elizabeth and Ethel and Betty Carroll. And then the next, right before we left, we went and visited Uncle Buddy at his home. So everybody's doing well. Very happy to see us, and we were very happy to see them as well. So got a commitment from, I don't know, is everybody here on the Harris Davis Jones Facebook page? Facebook friends of that page? Okay. If you're not, please be a friend the page, because there's going to be a lot of information we're going to put on Facebook about updates or anything like that for the family reunion. And we thought that would be a very good marketing tool to get information out We're going to use various platforms to send information out, but that's going to be, social media is going to be one of the ones, particularly Facebook, be one of the ones that we have chosen to, since there was already an established Harris Davis Jones Facebook page. So many of you have already posted pictures out there, and it's a good repository of information. And
So you just, excuse me, you just go in, I'm not.
I think actually you have to invite, are you on Facebook?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, are you Stand the Garden,
Mhm.
Low Garden?
We'll say another garden.
yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Carlotta, are you Carlotta here on Facebook or?
That's a long.
I'll find this.
That's very.
Okay. So that's the housekeeping. Just wanted to bring you up to speed on some of the things. And this is I just kind of created a flyer, and I left this flyer with all the ones that we visited with, so that they have something to reference about the family reunion. And if any of them had any questions of the date, or and then I even put a little thing down here. For a cost of $308 minus airfare, you can have a vacation that you will never forget. So.
We're gonna
Exactly. So with that, I'm just going to read just a few pointers from the minutes of the last meeting. From the agenda, contract has been signed with the Renaissance Hotel. Down payment has been made. Second down payment will be due February 1st, 2015. Additional menu selections have been recommended, and there's a tasting that's pending. And we found, I might as well tell you now, that we won't be able to have a tasting until the spring. The hotel has a policy that they when you have over X amount of money spent on food, you can then have a tasting, but they recommend you do it 3 to 6 months prior to the event. So we will have a tasting sometime in spring, and they'll send it. We'll have a meeting waiting for then, so we can keep you updated on that. Hotel pictures were viewed. Rooftop reserved for the reception. Registration will take place in the hospitality room. Hostesses in the lobby for guest directions and any questions and answers that need to be given. Takeaway items presented in a meaningful manner, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Paperless posts for invitations sent through via emails, and that has taken place. And we'll give just a little update on that as well. Proclamations included in programs. That's a pending recommendation or question. For Friday, the 3rd, all family members to engage with everyone in an icebreaker, and we have various ideas about the icebreaker, and we're going to talk more about that and give recommendations. Registration, meet and greet, free activities, city events that will be taking place on Friday, fireworks, after party, street fairs, brewery district and the arena district, red, white, and boom. The color code that we're going to ask people to do on Friday would be some form of red, white, and blue. There's going to be parades throughout the downtown area, and as I before mentioned, street fairs. For Saturday, during the day, we're going to, it's recommended that we engage the Gori, am I pronouncing that right? Gori African drum and dance. Is that, did we change that?
I think
Okay.
it's
Friday night, is
I
that?
thought it was Friday, the opening night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday, okay. I'm sorry, there's no,
Just correction.
okay, this Friday, okay. Friday. And then there's going to be some some activities through the day as we have the rooftop gathering. To make it a picnic environment, we will have some family competitions, and we do around things like Family Feud and things of that nature. But we're still working on that. But we guarantee you, the activities committee guarantees you, we will wow you with our activities. The Harris Davis Jones Matriarchs and Patriarchs collage. There's a collage that I put together here on the table. If you could pass that around. It's a first draft, so if you're not in it, please don't kill me. I will make sure that everyone is represented in some way, form, or fashion. All the pictures, I stole all those pictures, by the way. I didn't steal them. I just downloaded them off of Facebook. Various people post things on Facebook that I just downloaded to my computer, and I made that collage from that. And again, it's just a first draft, but it's an idea of how we want to kind of just put those around, maybe have them as takeaways, and we'll discuss that more, or centerpieces. It's a very good conversation piece. As you look at it, you see various things, you can talk to that. So it's very good. Then on Saturday evening, we will have a okay, we have a banquet style, or Saturday evening we'll have a banquet style gathering where we will do a presentation. And I put together a video that we will show you after the meeting that is going to be either, it's going to be part of the presentation, or we'll get your suggestions, whether it be part of the presentation. And again, the video is, again, a first draft, just like the collage. However, we can build on that idea. I just put these together to try to spark, ideas from the total committee. So in the banquet style, Saturday evening, we'll have a presentation and various things throughout. And we'll talk about whether and when we get into the meat of this meeting, we'll talk about that presentation more, if you don't mind. And then on Sunday morning, prayers, farewells, and takeaways. And then we're open to additional ideas as well. Jenny, how you doing? So that was pretty much the highlights of the last meeting that we talked about. Anything else? Okay. All right. So
Do you have extra copies of that, or?
the last meeting. Did we send this out?
Actually, I was thinking about today.
Okay. So
I
it
did
is.
email it.
Should be in your email when we did get it out. So we apologize.
I did.
I
Well, I'm not
found it,
sure
but
if
then
I
my phone's been acting funny all day and I couldn't find it again. Because I started reading it and I noticed that, Brenda's name was different. And then I couldn't find it. So I probably still have it somewhere on my phone.
Okay. So, any questions, additions? Yes.
I just had a suggestion as far as the Gloria Dance Troupe.
Yes.
The opening night,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have name tags, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be nice, I don't know, I don't think I can, or maybe ball massage. Or while we're in Senegal, when we have the English names, if we could put the African names along with the name tag.
So whatever the translation of Brian would be.
Right,
Yeah.
and have your name tag.
I don't know if that's possible.
If everything translates.
Yeah, if it translates like that, Brian would be Brian.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, because they use more names of Islam more than Senator Reed's name. So they're like Muslim names. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Good recommend, I mean, it was an interesting recommendation.
yeah, but I'll definitely ask you to see if something, you know, like, I don't know if they can say something or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I just see what, I'll ask and see if something can be created with the names.
Can you still hear okay?
Yes, 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 we can hear perfectly. When everybody watch
Okay.
it, yeah, it's clear.
Okay,
Okay, great.
very good. Okay, anything else? Yes, Kevin.
I have a question. How far back on each family, every tree can we go? Like on the Davis side, on the Harris?
1864.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
We have a guest. Amanda just showed up on Google.
Hi, Mandy.
Mandy?
Hey.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, fam.
You okay?
Hmm?
Good. You all right?
Doing good.
Okay, good. Okay, so we want to go ahead and get into if there's no any other questions over the reading of the minutes. Okay, we're going to get into the old business. What happened to
Let me interfere. Whatever. Not put in it. Sandy, question. I didn't quite understand. Because we didn't give you a chance to say why you want to know. You said how far back as far as Thomas and Noah Davis, or explain your question.
Okay, like, on the Davis side, how far back can you go, the family tree? On the Harris side, how far can you go back on the family tree? And on the Jones side, how far back can you go on, family tree? Even though we're intertwined,
Uh-huh.
how far back can you go on each side?
Okay, and you are interested in the date of their birth, is that
No, just how far back,
generationally?
generationally, that's what I said.
Yes.
I should have made myself clear.
Yeah, no, I'm responsible for asking if I don't understand, so they just have to make on me to get an understanding. But you're saying Thomas and Noah, that generation, and then on, but the one that would compare on the Jones side would be Cyrus and Lula.
Right.
Okay, and then on the Harris side, we're not sure, but, what's her name? Lula, Mama Lula, her maiden name was Harris. So you would have to go back to her parents,
Right.
and if you were able to go back to her parents, then you'd have to go back to Papa Tommy's parents.
Right.
And we weren't going to do that, I don't think, but we do have that information. Papa Tommy's parents, and then you're saying Mama Billy's parents. But the only thing is that the branches, we don't know all of the children of those who are on each side, so.
Can I interrupt them too? But from Ancestry, Karen Adams had did some work on the Jones family and going back. So I do think it's like 1800, mid-1800s to early 1800s on all three segments.
Okay.
Another was Karen.
Karen Adams,
But the names,
Karen
Sort of like Jones.
She's the Jones.
Oh,
She's
Jones.
the Jones.
she has Patty's.
Patty's granddaughter.
Random.
Oh, okay, I'll give her.
Yeah, she had a document from a slave owner.
Yes.
Mhm.
A vote. I mean, vote.
Yes, a vote on, so their great grandfather, Davis Fox, yeah.
And
So you might not be able to parallel them as far as generations. If you want to take the Harrisons back as far as you can, would that be okay? Is that, and then take the Joneses are going to come out of the Harrisons.
Well, what we have planned to do is to, in kind of getting ahead on the agenda, but we were going to have a display of how far we can go back, Terry. We wanted to have a representation in a display format of the Harrison of tree, where it started, and we were going to determine, to your question, how far that would be back, and then go from there. Not to go all the way down, but just the beginning, so that people will know where they started from, and then see maybe where their parents fell into that, and then obviously they probably in their mind follow from there. And then we were going to do the Harris, Davis, and Jones that same way, but not the full tree, just the.
And I was asking, our youth don't know their ancestors. And so we don't know where you come from. We're doomed to make the same mistake. So they get a sense of who they are.
Excellent.
We don't know whose we are, but a sense of who they are.
Excellent comment. In my mind, when I thought about this family reunion, and that's why we chose reflection and reconnection, is so we can reach that objective. Just what you're saying is that, and that's why it's important, and we're going to get to that as well. There's a gap. There's a gap between my mother, my sons. They don't know, to your point. They don't know, and we want to engage them more so, like your daughters, your daughter, that age, and to get them, engage them, because they are going to be the ones 30 years from now, or 20 years from now, that are, because I can remember our first one in '83, I was in my late 20s, and I was there to have fun. I didn't connect. But now here I am sitting in this seat trying to get here and do it. So it's that's one of our objectives of the reading, exactly what you're saying. So with that, we're going to have just an old business update, and if Angie will give us from the venue committee.
So as we all know, we're going to be at Renaissance downtown, July 3rd through the 5th. We have 25 guest rooms that are full. 2 rooms have been booked thus far. They send us a monthly report of how many rooms we have, what rooms we have available. Our food minimum is $8,500 at the hotel. Our first deposit was paid on October 1st, and our second deposit is due on February 1st, the same amount. Already discussed the menu.
We can hear you typing and doing paper. I don't know how you do that, but we can hear it.
Discussed in regards to all these and that in spring for our menu or food tasting. It's really pretty much up to date for the video.
Any questions on the venue or what we've already done with that? Okay, registration committee, is there any updates from the registration committee? I mean, I guess, why don't we update on the
Presentations?
Is this the second, third, and fourth?
third through the 5th?
And it's 119 per night?
119 per night, yes.
Can you go ahead and give us
For registration?
how many people are registered and that little box you see?
Absolutely. So electronic invitations were sent out, and we sent out 84 electronic and 11 hard copy invitations. From there, 21 returned their RSVPs, so we have a total of 39 that have committed to attending the family reunion. 11 full payments have been received and 1 partial payment. So we have a total amount of $805 in Davis Harris Jones checking account for deposits and registration fees. Of the 84 invitations that were sent out electronically, however, 51 total have been opened, and there are 12 that are unopened. There are a few names on the list which we can go over later. Just want to make sure that everybody is aware. Like Destiny's name, like she received her invitation, but she just hasn't opened it yet.
I will get with
You'll get with her. Okay, I'm trying to think. Nikki hasn't opened hers yet. Nicole, your sister, our sister Tracy hasn't opened hers, but she's aware. And the other names, I believe, were from the Atlanta family, and I will send those to Rodney and have him make sure that he connects so that everyone knows about it. But the majority of invitations have been open. A lot of people are basically saying they would probably commit to their financial responsibility after the holidays. So we're still very hopeful. But we did get 39 yeses just from 21 invitations.
And I think the momentum is growing with the response that we received just from the postings on Facebook and in the face-to-face that we have made and the contacts that we have talked to all of us in some form or fashion. I think it's going to build from there. The only thing that I would say that concerns me, and that's just for lack of a better word, because I'm not concerned. It's just that I guess my vocabulary is not broad enough to think of another word. So just use the word concern. Is that the second deposit is due in February. Now I'm going to make that deposit. Angie made the first deposit, and we want to encourage people. You know, I got a lot of, yes, I'll be there, but we don't got a lot of RSVPs and we don't have a lot of people registering. Now, I understand about the holidays, and my mom and I were talking about that. We'll probably see a groundswell after the holidays. We hope, to your point. But in my corporate world, hope is not a good strategy. So.
First installment is December the 15th, and the second, if you want to pay in half, and then the second installment, June 1st.
June 1st, so in totality, June 1st, what's the cost?
Say again, I'm sorry.
June 1st, how much is it in totality?
So $70.
$70, so you pick up five.
Per person.
So kids 5 and under per.
And to get to our total number to cover the deposit, we need 61 in total paying registration.
It's all right, nice to see all of you. They got you covered, girl.
Okay. So I said that to say, I just please, from a core committee, just make sure that we lead by example and go ahead. How many are registered at the hotel? Do we have any registrations? Did you say that right, too?
2.
Do you know who those 2 are?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right. Yes.
So I am leading by example, y'all. So please, if you, and I understand that if you're not staying at the hotel because you live here in Columbus. I'm not saying that.
But I think if the block of rooms weren't filled, some of us agreed to fill them.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I just, and that's one of the things about being nice that everything is housed in one building and we don't have to do a lot of traveling. So I think that's a good thing. So But I would hope that we would need more room. I told my mom on the way over here, I think that once the holiday's over, we may find that we need more than what we have already allotted, which would be a good thing, challenging, but a good thing. So, all right, so with that, the events committee, we have talked, Dennis and I, Dennis lives in Tampa with me, and my son Brian, we have talked and had a conference call and talked about the various activities. Nothing more to add to that than what we talked about last time, but except for the We Family Feud format, and that's where it would be on a big screen and we would do something in a Family Feud, Steve Harvey Family Feud format, where it would be a lot of fun to, and then we can have prizes if our budget will allow. So that's for Saturday. And then on Saturday evening, I wanted to talk about, well, that's actually going to be new business, but the events, we will have plenty for people to do during the family reunion, as well as extracurricular after we have, adjourned from the actual family reunion activity. People will be able to do things in the city that, you have the casino, you have the brewery district, you have all kind of things that are going to be going on that 4th of July weekend that will keep people entertained. And we will have a list of those things too. Is there any update from the hospitality committee?
Really, I have a question for the committee. Is there going to be some kind of monies to make some purchases? Mark mentioned about the totes, and what I would actually be putting in with the totes. Now, if there's no monies available, they'll be plastic. And if there's no monies available, there will be paper products in the plastic bag, But, I have some suggestions if there's, we stand wait till after the holidays and we'll have a better idea. But I'd like to have an idea before the holidays to see if you're going to actually make any purchases from bags.
And what do we say would be in the bags? Or
I was thinking, my idea would be a clear cup with the Davis family reunion name on it, a mug.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody been to the cheesecake? I like those clear glass cups that they serve coffee in. Cheesecake. But okay, here's a visual. Clear glass. The handle. But I like the short cups. Now, I haven't priced them, and I like, to have maybe somebody draw up something besides Davis Harris Jones and the year and the city to put on there to kind of give them an idea of what we're promoting in Columbus for a family reunion.
Now, we had said at the last meeting, and when I read that note, I think it was brought out because I think Evelyn's mom reported for you. Are you saying that these would be takeaways? This would be like a welcome tote that would have various items in it that they could take back with them and it would be about the reunion. Or
just a couple of mementos.
Mementos.
We'll go to the Visitors Bureau and get the paper products, things that's going on in the city. Yeah, in Columbus Bureau. And get that, those are the paper items I was talking about.
Gotcha, okay.
But I would like for them to have something that says, that they can look at. I still got my cups from Georgia.
Okay. So
will it be t-shirts?
Would be two.
T-shirts and that's
No.
okay as well.
Oh, no, they said that's how it's expected, but they did talk about that.
We didn't talk about t-shirts, 'cause I think we had said the cup, I think we had said about the cup, over the t-shirt.
I'll just read this, decisions made not doing T-shirts.
Right, exactly, the cup, right. And then we had said something, I don't know if this is where we're talking.
Mute your phone. Hey, Jeff, this is a family meeting.
Oh, my fault.
Come on.
Okay, so
The takeaway items presented.
is there a way to mute?
I put him off the show.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Thank you. I'll go back.
All right.
Identify those in it and the meaning, the reason why we're giving it to them.
Okay.
So that, and at some appropriate time. I like the clear glass, but the black print better than the color. I have. And we will have some paper products, the Who's Who directory from the committee, the Columbus Post Committee will go in there. And then the program book will go in there.
Yeah, from there.
I don't know whether we talk about bookmarks, but probably not. I know a lot of weddings do.
So how much money would, I think the question, the original question was, do we have the money for that? So that was, well, no, I think, so how much have we priced what that would be? I mean, because we would have to get what we, if we get X amount of people that are big cup that we know are coming, then we have to buy the cups for that number. So we wouldn't know what money we would need until we get that number. So I guess the question is, do we want to give cups? I think we do. I'm sorry.
I was saying, if you get price, if you know what you want to do, if you get price what you want to do, so you have an idea of how many people you actually need to make that. Because they usually, when you do stuff like that, they price it in bulk anyway, so $25.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, has anybody done anything with cups before to give us an idea of what, we're planning 150 people, so we would have to get 150 cups.
Well, the business problem with the kids, because I've done things like that, that things remember. It's just more expensive.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, so, you don't keep the cost down.
Yeah.
I working for the government, and they had one of the logos of the customers and things like that. There is a website you can go to, and they have and the logo. You know, when you have to get those, it'll give you the prices, so the wraps you want, the colors you want, watercolors you want, 3D, whatnot. I'll try to get the website.
Okay.
And when you get it, you say you'll try to get the website and you'll contact.
So,
Give it to Marvin.
She said she's gonna check.
Mandy? Okay.
Let's see what she comes with.
So we're in agreement that we're going to do cups as a takeaway. Right.
But prices.
What could the prices, do you think, would it be cheaper for a pen or keychain or any more suggestions?
Yeah, is there any other suggestions?
Cheaper to do a pen, because somebody, man, told me they're 19 cents a piece. So that's cheaper. If you want to go cheaper, you can.
I really like the idea of having, and reflecting,
Right.
thinking about your family.
Yeah, this, not under my chairmanship, it's going to be epic, so we're going to do it now. But this is also going to be a takeaway. I'm going to make, whatever the final draft will be, this will not be the final. This was just an example of what I put together, but I am going to, at my own expense, make these up to not at the frame. This will be in a tube in a cardboard tube, rolled up, and then you take it home and frame it yourself. But this would be a takeaway along in your bag. Okay.
Well, you're gonna do that as,
Oh.
If we don't have the money, then that could be the valuable item that goes in the bag. If we don't have money for cups, we can just do pens and that could be a takeaway. I think that would be more valuable than the cups to the little staff people receive, especially when you're trying to. Do you have more photos or are you looking to get more photos?
I'm looking to get more photos. However, there is only so many photos can fit on here, so somebody's not going to be on here.
What kind of size are you looking at there? Are you doing 17 by 22?
This size.
That's 8. Okay.
This size.
that's not landscaping,
Yes.
is it?
Mhm. That's landscape. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, I can make different ones. I can make a variety of pictures so that somebody will have, they won't all be the same. Or,
I think that's wise because,
yeah,
people would say, well, my picture's not, or somebody in my family,
yeah,
immediate family is.
yeah.
Or could you do separate, like all Davis is on one, all Harris is on one, all Jones on one, separate?
But people like me are going to want all 3. I don't know any of them except for the Davis.
So then if that's the case, if you did all 3 of them, then you would get the one with the Davises, is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I would want all of them.
Let me clarify what this is supposed to do. This is not to capture everybody in the family. This is not to do that, but it is to capture the Harris, the Davis, and the Jones representation. Is to capture the root people are going to be on here, and then it's going to spring out from there. So, like I said, I requested pictures, and I did not get any. I didn't request any from you all. But I did not get any, so I did go on Facebook and got these. And then there's some that I did have already. So it's not to capture everybody. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. If it is, then they would have to deal with that. Go ahead.
Well, one thing you can think about is the representatives, that they can have an individual headshot or what have you. And then all the others who are alive will have family pictures so that it will be more included. You know what I mean? So that way it's just not just a headshot, but there's a family.
Oh, more of a family, like we have some in here that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Family.
So there's a few that are represented.
That makes sense.
You have, more family.
Yeah, I can request more family type photos, and that would be that would help with the inclusion. You're absolutely right. Good idea. I do have time to make those up, but that is going to be a takeaway. And to your point, if we don't have the money, this will be easier.
I don't know if this wasn't totally clear what Hassan was saying, but can it also be, someone, an individual that maybe the foundation of someone from the Harris, or foundation of someone from Davis, foundation from Harris, and someone from the foundation of the Jones family, represent like the heads, where the inception, where it all started from.
Well, that's what this is.
Okay.
That's exactly what this is. The heads, if you look at this again, I have it kind of lined up. Harris, Davis, Jones, and then the wife of him, the wife of him, and then I had the wife of the Harris together, and then kind of spread out from there. The siblings, and then these over here would be the offspring. They're kind of just arranged it like that. But what Hassan was saying, like this picture here has about 10 people in it. It is one picture. It's all the Jones together. So that would be, and then up here is Uncle Buddy, and there's a bunch of people, and this is about 10 people in that picture. So if I got more pictures of that, group pictures, it would be probably more inclusive to.
Like this, when you initially look at it, like, it's a collage, montage, but for anybody looking at it for the first time, they may not have an idea.
Well, how it was structured. Yeah, exactly.
And so, it could be, something where maybe label it, or
Yeah.
have some type of visual where it says Davis Harris family.
Mhm. Going back, like a legend, back.
Or the presentation when you're.
Or a presentation.
And I may be jumping back or ahead, but it could be a nice event or a icebreaker or whatever it be. An activity is if people can name the people in the photo. And whoever names the most gets a prize. You know, something like that as a family activity.
Yeah, good. Because we did plan to have some type of scavenger hunt.
And no one in this room can.
You can do it together as a team. This
Yeah,
room
right,
is one of the
team,
largest
yeah.
ever in history.
Right, because it's about it's a learning activity.
Yes.
To learn from family members. So, because most of us have no idea where the lines are drawn. I mean, you know what lines are drawn, but you know.
Yeah.
And, right, exactly. And that is a fear of, or some of the concerns that have come out about family reunions. We have multiple families in a one family reunion setting. They seem to stick with what's familiar. Let's stick with my clique over here, my clan here, my clan here. And that's not going to happen. We want to do that intermingling. We want to make the teams, like you said, maybe mix them and do things of that so that they can then become more familiar and get that reconnection or that connection objective that we're trying to reach.
Somehow I don't think the young people are gonna have that problem at all.
I hope not.
Like your kids,
Yeah,
they're not gonna have that problem.
I hope not. I mean, that's why we want them there. That's the only thing.
Energy.
That's the only thing, we want them there. Recognition, anything else, Carlos? So we're gonna table the cups right now, but we do want them, but we'll see what our budget looks like. And if not, then we're gonna give the estimate. We're gonna get the a website sent to Marvin. Marvin's gonna then give it to Lois, and we'll get some kind of estimate, and we go from there. Recognitions, proclamations that we need.
Right now, the only commitment that I have, is, a state representative Charlene Tavares, that, it's in the works. Others have, to send me forms that we filled out, sent back in, like the mayor's office, a city council, her name right now. Priscilla Tyson. What we do, So, and then,
Can we get the mayor before he leaves? Will it?
You'll still be in.
Yeah. This will be.
You'll still be
Okay. So he runs. They get a mayor. The next mayor election being in November next year. Because he announces that.
Right, like, yeah. I can help too, or get some of the proclamations.
Okay. Or I can get some. Right?
all right, okay.
Okay.
And Joyce Bailey, I knew that I was gonna make much headway for the elections, because everybody, was involved in the elections, and then you had to wait to see if anybody was running that didn't get elected, who was
Right.
their replacement.
Okay. All right. So with that, any other type of recognition that we need to do other, now, I know that we wanted to do a memorial, some type of memorial. Now, do we want to do that in a display format or during the presentation on Saturday evening? Because we could have a video memorial where a song is playing and then their faces fading in and out on a screen, or we could have a memorial display of all their pictures in a bio of them somewhere displayed in the space that we're taking up at the hotel. What do you all think?
It's a video, and I hate to say it this way, like if you go to a funeral or something, and they have the deceased life's history in this video. And that way you can also recognize the deceased, because you don't have like a real person, just have their pictures and.
You're also going to do something for those who are present who live and voice staff of the road, but like for example, with on that seat, the oldest.
Yes, yeah, the people who travel the farthest, the youngest, yes, absolutely. We don't want to do that. And then any other, excuse me, Jenny, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but anything, if someone has a family member that has done a great accomplishment that we might want to all know about, you know, a star football player or a star athlete or a star academic in our family, we want to be able to recognize those individuals as well. Even
Taylor will be graduating.
yeah, graduates.
Already?
Tracy will be getting married.
Yes.
Oh, she's gonna be married?
A little less than compliment.
Just kidding, just kidding. Just kidding, just bring some love.
She's moving all the way to California.
Right.
She already has to.
Okay, so I think we already did the controller.
So in regards to the memorial though, I mean, I know I like rituals, so everybody doesn't as much sometimes. But they like a candle lighting ceremony, some type of poem, something really meaningful where you can hear, like some people coming from different sides of the room, just the lights.
Different branches from each family, sharing in a reading.
And speaking for something.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, have the three branches represent.
Speaking in the words of.
Right, yes. Something that
I like
resonates.
that. I like that.
Yes, you do.
That we,
UPS did that, didn't they?
yeah, we did.
On the founder.
There's also, you know, like, part of the rituals, like, an African ritual, I mean, we all know that it's libation. And in African cultures, they bless everyone from the times of antiquity on up until today. So they keep pouring water out, and then there's a period where personal ancestors are shouted out. Yeah. Right. And it becomes like it's yeah.
That's meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lots of research.
we'll structure that. Hassan, can we reach out to you to aid with that? Okay. Anything else on recognition? I mean, we talked about the proclamation, we talked about memorial, we talked about the living format where the oldest, the youngest, people who travel the furthest, any academic awards or marriages and divorces and all that. No, just.
Are we gonna talk about the directory?
We are, but
Okay.
I'm still working on recognition right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. All right, okay, we're done with recognition. All right, I think we've already got our controller report. The controller was just explaining how much money we had, how many people registered and all that stuff. So any questions about that, the controller? Okay, so let's go into new business, discussions and ideas for the Saturday evening presentation. And I think we kind of touched base already with that. I had written down tribute to our ancestors, and we're going to work on that as part of the Saturday presentation. I will show you the video that I put together that could be a part of the evening presentation. I did write down, I mean, we talked about a snapshot of our history, and Tammy had brought that up as well. We'll have a lineage in a display, our lineage in a display format. That will be a snapshot of our history, at least our roots. It won't be the full chart, but it will be a portion of that, unless we wanted to do the research and try to get it all the way down. But I think that, to Tammy's point, we want to, at least my vision, one of the objectives of this is to get our younger generations to understand where they came from and who they came from. And we will, during the presentation on Saturday, I want it to come out more about who these people were, what they did, so that they can know more. I mean, I'm maybe not be articulating it the way I envision it, but I just feel that that appreciation of their history may have been lost in translation over the years, you know, because a lot of times we just don't talk about our history, and we just live day to day in the hustle and bustle of the day, and they have no concept of why they are there and breathing the way they're breathing or acting the way they're acting because of the loss of that translation, So I want to be able to accomplish that objective. Are there any suggestions other than what I just talked about on that?
Fair. Also, if we could get, somebody knows what they went through to get to where they got to where they are, because our young people think you get it like that. Some of them like that. They need to know there's a struggle, and the struggle continues. So you know, in order to get where you are, in a positive way, there's got to be a struggle, and that struggle never dies. It was back then, and it's still going to be in each generation. So that is, that comes to the forefront, because there just needs to be reminded something. Well, that was back then. That's not now, and that's not certainly true. So something can be.
See, I'm just trying to figure out how you can
do that.
How we can do that as well as I envision the Saturday evening presentation. We have from what time to what time?
I want to say it's like from 7 to 9.
So we have a 2-hour window to compact 1864. That history. Yeah. You know what I mean? How do we structure that so that we can accomplish that education piece and that it's not boring? You know, because we got to do something to keep the attention of everyone and make it exciting and engaging, I guess, interactive maybe.
It may be helpful to engage some of the 20-year-olds in
the
development of this,
Yeah.
because they'll know what's most appealing to their age group.
Good. Yes.
In Africa, they had griots. Am I saying that right? Griots, okay. They were storytellers, and that's how they kept their ancestry alive and what they had done. So if it could be done in a format that I think is interesting, I don't know.
Wow, you know what? There is an African by Thomas Blackshears, the storyteller, where the storyteller is sitting and there's children around him, and he's telling the story. And I'm just brainstorming right now, but that would be a nice skit.
That would be good.
That would be a nice skit where someone's up there dressed in the garb and being the wise one, if you will. And what is it called? Griots. And then just kind of talking to, and we would have the younger generation sitting around, and maybe that would be
Because, at our church, our pastor periodically has what's called Moments with Our Youth. And all of the youth from babes in arms up to, those who were in high school come up to the front of the church. And they all, circle around him, and he generally has something of historical value to tell them about that's, really interesting to all of us, that we have to know. It's to inspire them. So that, to me, would be
so we can help with that as well. And Terry, I will talk to you as well about your thoughts around the stuff, where we want the storyteller to start, and what would be the most effective way to tell the story, and what story do we want to tell? Because he's going to have to be knowledge. We would have to get knowledge from all three families, and how would we do that? But I think it's a good format.
You can have the griot telling the story, and then you can have some people acting it out, because some people are visual, and some people, they hear by what they learn by what they hear, but some are visual.
Right.
So if you have some people acting out what the griot was saying, that would be good.
Okay.
That's just a suggestion.
I mean,
Nothing's extra stone.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
write it too, so that we can have it in print?
Yeah.
Or record it?
Or record it.
What did you say?
Write it, transcribe it, and then-
Everything. I'm the daughter of such and, you can start with a child that says, I'm the daughter of such and such, and she did this and she did that, and then the next day you go on.
Mhm.
But if it's recorded, then no one has to memorize it.
Ken?
So it's going to start at 150 years going from 1864 to now.
Right.
And so we really going to start in.
I don't know. We gotta kind of
So
we gotta
it's
kind of
still
think that out. What's the best way to tell that story and it be exciting? I mean, you may have to skip, some of the battles.
Maybe every year.
Right. No. Right.
Yeah, but certain.
Yeah. Highlights. Some of the things that we know took place that are highlights of those.
How many generations are we talking about?
That's a good question.
6 generations.
6 or 7.
That's enough. You can all that out in like 30 minutes.
I don't know.
It's depending on the highlights, how many are highlights you are.
We got 3 families to cover, so I don't know how many. Because even the Harrises go back, I think, further than the Davis. So.
Yeah, they go back. I think Leroy Harris went back to Kenya, and that's how far they went back, because they discovered they had relatives in Kenya.
Okay.
Ancestors.
Did you bring that booklet that had the Harris's lineage that you?
I didn't bring it to this meeting. I got it.
Oh, so we do have a resource for that. So.
Well, they have the DNA testing where they can tell you what parts of Africa or different areas.
We really need to do that.
Okay. Directory.
Is Mandy still in there?
Mandy, you still here? No, I don't think so.
Okay, well,
I'm still here.
Everybody.
Okay.
okay. So someone has drawn, what Noel had suggested, a map of the United States and pinpointing where each family member. Why don't you just take the chair? And he can give you,
Yeah,
thorough explanation of.
and this is like what where the relatives, phone numbers will be or something like that?
Yes. Phone numbers, addresses, email address, contact information.
Mom just asked me, like, 5 minutes before we would come over, just like, come up with something real quick, you know? But, it seems like, you know, a recurring thing, so much to remember. When I kind of took the concept from here, my mom said, you know, picture of the United States. So I was like, okay, well, what could I do with the United States? And this one has the United States, Africa, and, you know, a picture of an African / African American. So it was like connecting back to the continent of Africa. So I thought of like connecting back. And so, I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, I passed it around, but I did just a freehand drawing of a map of the United States, but it's just like I said, a freehand drawing, and like the states are California, Arizona, and Texas. And we have Florida, South Carolina, and Georgia. Then we have New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio. But I will bring them out, bring them to life a little bit more. And what we have here, the symbol that's behind the United States or intertwined with it, is exactly what we're talking about here. It's the thing, it's called Sankofa, and it's an ancient, or not ancient, but it's a Dinka symbol for.
Can you show it over here too? Show it to them.
Oh, for Ghanaians in Africa, and for the Akans in Africa. So it's what it is. It's a bird. It's a bird reaching back, fetches on feathers. And sometimes it has like a bird with an egg in its mouth, but it's always reaching back to reclaim its history.
What is it called?
Sankofa, Sankofa. And there's a movie about it as well. I mean, it's a beautiful movie. I recommend it to anyone just to really check it out, because it's about a woman and she, you know, kind of has a dream or something. She goes back to Africa and she reclaimed her history, and she is reawakened, and she's walking with open arms. Just would have to really see it to appreciate it. But it's all about going back and reclaiming this history, our history. So that's what we're talking about. You know, we're reaching back, you know, to reclaim what it is that, you know, not necessarily a loss, but when maintaining the keepers of tradition. So it could be in color. It can be on the directory, and it can also go to be the logo that's going on coffee or gloves. You know, if it could be minimized or something like that. Like I said, it could be in color or black and white. So, but I don't know. What do you think?
Fantastic.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, particularly with the explanation of the bird. You know, and you know, so that would have to accompany somewhere that storyline of what the meaning of that is.
And that's exactly what the bird looks like.
On the inside page of the directory could be the explanation of the cover.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what the bird looks like. So it's not like I drew it exactly with the symbol.
Okay.
But I can bring it to life. I can bring the states. I will definitely bring the states to life. So they're kind of, what am I thinking, like jumping out at us. So we know definitely, and I didn't color any other states, so I can use, you know, the American colors, because it's going to be red, white, or 4th of July weekend. I can use red, white, blue colors, just intertwined with some kente colors. So we'll have African and African American kind of slashed in between. But it won't, I know it sounds kind of crazy right now, but I can make it simple.
Yeah.
To where it's like, it's not like.
Now the states are the reason why you have the states. That those are right now depicted where you know that we have relatives.
Exactly.
Right. So Illinois, we have relatives. So you would have to draw Illinois. Right. If you found out that we had relatives in Montana, you would have to draw Montana.
Right.
Right.
And when you have their names in each state, like who resides in California, who resides in.
Who'll be the director?
Yeah.
That would be the director.
Director.
That would be the director, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I guess it's fitting for the directory then, because, you know, we talk about places where everyone lives.
I just have something. Since we all came from Africa, why can't the colors, I'm just suggesting,
Green.
be, red, black, and green?
I agree.
They can.
I agree.
Can be, yeah, just because it's 4th of July.
I'm just suggesting, I'm just throwing
That's
that
why
out.
we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We want all suggestions on the table.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's a takeaway. You know, so it's a takeaway, so it doesn't have to. And it could be red, white, with
Karen, mute your
black and green.
microphone. Karen, mute your mic.
He bring makeup.
Well, I can bring a 27 perspective.
Well, one that you thought about first was the red, white, and blue intertwined with the kente cloth colors,
Right.
and then one with just all the kente cloth. I mean the
Right.
kente colors,
African
colors.
Mhm.
That'd be good.
But it's good.
Fantastic. Marva, I love your delegation skills.
She's a mom.
She's a boss.
Keep everything straight.
Okay, next I had on the agenda was gifts for participants, and I think we have already touched base on that. And the directory also would be a takeaway. You know what, though? You know, going back to giving things out at appropriate times, I think that we need to have something on Sunday to give out. If we're going to give the hospitality, if we give them the tote with things in there, I think when they leave, we should. But I don't want to miss anybody either. You know.
As they leave, the persons who leave early would be given their takeaway at that time. So we'll know from registration.
From registration, that would be something that we would want to know on registration. I mean, I think that, but I don't want to give, I want an explanation to go along with that directory. And you agree? I mean, I don't want to just hand it to them and they leave with it and I know what the significance, because a lot of work has been put into the creation of it, and then it has a message along with it, because I think it's going to be a powerful message that will go along with that takeaway. And
so would the director be a takeaway, or that's something that you want them to look at during the family meeting?
you know, I think that might be something, and you give your idea, that we can give to them on Saturday evening and make that part of the presentation of the explanation, you know, as we're doing the storytelling. Now, you know, we still want you to stay connected. And here is how we can continue to create the story, is by staying connected, and here's the tool. And let me explain to you what that tool is.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why we do something around that for Saturday. Okay, displays. You know, we had talked about the lineage displays. I mean, I think that we did have something in the hospitality suite that we can, you know, it could be the collage, or, you know, a group of collages. I thought about even a collage of all of our ancestors, then a collage of the second generation, then a collage of the third generation, from old to new, to the babies, from the beginning to the babies. You know, we could have that in in a display format. But any ideas of anything else that I thought? I mean, Mom has a lot of pictures. I'm sure all have pictures. And my mom has a picture from the big house actually of Grandma Anna that's in a very tatted, aged frame, but the frame really shows the age of that picture. It's very authentic, if you will, from as far as age is concerned. Any other?
From that picture, can someone like refurbish it?
You know, I think
They can.
but I think what makes it cool to me is that it's authentically old. Yeah, the authenticity of it is what really touches me, that I can hold it and know that this was held by, you know, Papa Tommy or even before, yeah, or even the picture. Any other suggestions on display? What could be displayed in the hospitality room that we would want to display?
Land. What is that? Land? Isn't there a lot of land? Land.
Papa Tommy's land. You mean like a
Chimney.
the chimney? Okay. The home where the homestead was.
Yeah. I think that, yeah, the street. I can picture the street. In fact, I had sent it to Mary when I took it, and she posted it on
Right, yeah, I have it.
22 days ago. Yeah.
You see it. You see it in there.
Did Mama always sell the still test? Dairy. Oh, I don't know if it was still test. It was a dairy.
It was a dairy, but I don't know.
We got something about that.
You also keep very.
Cemeteries are also.
Cotton. I mean, it's
I'm sure tobacco.
cotton, tobacco. Yeah.
Did they have tobacco? Look at that. I don't think.
You don't think so?
Watermelon.
Yeah.
Sugar cane.
Yeah. I used to have a recurring dream about the watermelon. Grandma Tommy would take us to the watermelon patch and said, pick out what you want, and we just stand there. Just pick up anyone, we're standing there, because there's fields of watermelon. And then I'd pick up a watermelon and he'd say, bust it open. Okay, I throw it down and eat. But when I was young, then it may have put some stress on me, because when I got older, when I would be stressed, I would have a recurring dream of me being in a watermelon patch. And you remember Gumby? And I'd pick up this watermelon and I couldn't put it down, my arms would just get gone.
Okay, we took Margaret's picture. Lois in my picture was a great big sack of corn that we were going to have to shuck in one day and silk it so that when Mama Lily came home from jury duty, we'd have completed our task. Yeah, Daisy running around with a shotgun to kill a chicken, and so on.
Yeah.
So on. And so we were going to have that chicken for dinner as well, but he was going to kill it with a shotgun. There would be nothing left of that chicken.
Bring the neck.
Yeah.
Any others?
This is far reaching, but are there any canes or chairs that were left over that articles of furniture that people may have in the basement or in their homes that?
There is very big pieces.
Delvin
has a couple of pieces that were from the big house, and they're huge.
What are they?
It's a coat. It was a piece of furniture that would be in where like the foyer area, like a bench with the big back on the back and the long coats on the side. It was like that. But that's a good idea. I don't know if anything.
Anyone have a Bible? There's some Bibles left with me. WC got them.
But I think, I think we'll go with the pictures and we'll ask the Harris and Jones family members if they have any
At
artifacts.
least one for Robert, maybe.
Yes.
Jimmy may have it.
So we'll look at that. Yes, Henry.
And if they don't feel comfortable bringing them, if they can take a picture and have it blown up to like a poster size, and there'd be displays so people can really see.
That's good. Thank you.
And with the Bibles, if, I'm assuming maybe Alphonsi has them or Delwyn, that's something that could be.
I'll check with Delvin to see if there was anything smaller, like a Bible or anything that.
Mary Frances probably can pull out a few more things that's from.
Well, you all came in. Can I get that right there? Because I know that Sandra would love to see that. Give that to Sandra, please. Sandra, that is the original program from Fisk University.
Yeah, I did see the documentary.
Oh.
Did you see it? Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll work on the display. We'll find out. Now, the next one is engaging the younger generation. So first of all, I encourage everybody in here who has someone in your family that's younger than you, please make sure they're coming or they get engaged. Because that's what we got to start with us and make sure. If you looked on the Facebook page, I put a challenge out to, just like the Ice Bucket Challenge, I put a challenge out to the family to everybody ask one person. And then I modeled that by calling my son, Keith. Told him I wasn't going to pay for it, but I need him to register and call the hotel. So that was kind of fun. So then I asked Shavara today to do the same for her age group. And she didn't hesitate. She took 5 minutes and she said this back to me. So I want to play this for you. And if you approve it, we're going to put this on Facebook. And hopefully this will help with our efforts to get the younger generation engaged.
Hello, family. I'm Shavara Rice. I'm the granddaughter of Delois Davis Perry. I have RSVP for the Harris Davis Jones Memorial Union, and I am here to challenge my cousins who are ages 18 to 30 to go ahead and put RSVP in. I cannot wait to see you all next summer. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fireworks. We're going to have a lot of food. So look forward to seeing you all. Go get an RSVP in.
So she didn't hesitate. I asked her would she do it. I thought I was going to have to, take her shopping or something to get it done. She said, no, I got it. And 5 minutes later, she sent that back to me. So we're going to have Angie, our technology whiz, to get that on Facebook and get the challenge going.
Piggybacking off of that, I was thinking maybe we can incorporate something where those who don't know who the others are, we can utilize Facebook if people are willing to do that, or some type of other Twitter, Instagram, or something to where they'd be comfortable keeping connected on a regular basis. And also maybe addresses and phone numbers if people are wanting to do that. I mean, I wouldn't see maybe why they wouldn't want to as family, but maybe we could keep that, open the door a little further with making sure that we know how to contact and connect with the others from different states and things that would just.
You mean like now or after?
At the like at the reunion.
So that's with the directory.
So it's going to have like addresses and.
Yes.
Okay.
I also have something.
Yes.
Just like Pastor Barbara, we can have somebody that in the Jones family give a shout out and also the Harris family to give a shout out.
Mhm.
So, you know, you can have someone from each family challenging one another to come to the family reunion.
And that's what I did on mine. I challenged
Okay.
Rodney Harris and Dennis Stafford to do the same as I did. Now, what I didn't instruct is that they needed to put it on a video to show, and then challenge somebody else. That's how the water bucket challenge just kind of spread, because as you continue to challenge people, they then challenge someone else, but you know it was a ripple effect. So we're at the infancy stages of this format, and I think it's going to catch on, and we'll try to make it catch on. Anybody want to volunteer getting on there and saying I did it? I challenge Channing, or Channing challenging. Yeah. Okay. All right. That'd be fun. I mean, when they start seeing, yeah, exactly. You know, so it's just like throwing a pebble in the pond. So gathering family history kind of is the last thing on my agenda. Gathering family history, and we talked about that through Tammy's discussion, and we're going to reach out to various members of the Harris and Jones family to see how far we can go back and then what they know, and so that we can incorporate that history, because again, our objective is to educate that middle generation that has, you know, so much distractions that they probably don't know how connected they are to our family, and how big it is, and how much power is in the Harris Davis Jones collection of family members. So we will, if any of you have any, you know, as you're talking to various family members, if there's any history that they want to share and you can grab onto that, please do so, and then funnel it up through Angie or myself, so that we can collect all that we can, so we can put together a good presentation. Okay, my last.
Quiet.
Hello?
Karen, you have to mute your microphone. Karen.
What?
You have to mute your mic, and they talking about family lineage. You probably want to speak about that deed from the 1840s, and you know I have a video of that graveyard. But you're pretty loud.
I'm sorry. I have two kids here. Who are you talking to? So I may have to just put you guys on mute and listen in.
Yeah, that'd be nice, because we've been on since 7 o'clock, so go ahead.
I know, I just saw that.
All
okay, right. I'm putting you on mute.
Any concerns or bottlenecks that you can think of? Yes,
We don't want to slight anybody. We know that we try to do the best we can, but you know, as family members, we don't want to slight anybody, because that creates even more friction. And for our children to pick up, we don't want that on their shoulders. You know, trying to get somebody, because unfortunately, as Black people, we can remember a grudge better than we can remember something that was positive. So we don't want to slight anybody.
Yeah, that's we want to be inclusive.
I know, no, it's not. But you know, somebody always maybe we can have like a feedback box.
Yeah, for future, for
at the end.
Yeah,
I'm going to put Marvin's secret in the box.
You know I like secrets.
And that's one of the things that I kind of threw out there, and I'm starting to retract this idea. But to entice people to come, but it might keep people away. The family secrets will be revealed. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not touching that.
Weren't you gonna do something about a remembrance or reminiscing? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
Yes, that was my initial thought on a presentation, is that we would have 3 people that we would choose and ask to stand up, one from the Harris side, one from the Davis, one from the Jones side, and give a talk, a 5-minute talk on when I look in the mirror, what is the reflection I see? That was my vision, and the reflection that I see should not be me.
Right.
You know, when you talk in theory, it should be all of these people, right? You know, because when I look at me, I see my nose on Papa Tommy, right? And I see, different. So that's the reflection that I was trying to, the concept that I was trying to talk about. But I don't know. I think that would be kind of way out there and kind of boring to some people. But to me, it's exciting when you think about it and you look at our ancestors and the lineage that I came from, that we all came from, and each part of them I see. When I look at these pictures, I see a little bit of me in a lot of them. So, which ultimately, here I am. I'm not beautiful. All right. So, any other concerns or bottleneck?
I would suggest, based on what my sister said regarding, disappointing people, no matter the greatest of efforts that you put forth in whatever you're doing and you're planning, you're always going to have someone that's going to walk away disappointed. Even, with feedback and all that, you're still going to have, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to always have someone that is not satisfied or thought that things could have been better. Yes, I mean, to concentrate solely on satisfying everyone, I think is a little unrealistic. I don't think that's going to happen.
And never was that my objective.
No, that wasn't mine either.
Yeah.
But that suggestion box can be passed on to the next family.
Right.
That's gonna sponsor the family reunion.
Well, I mean, and to your point, Tammy, I consulted with Karen, I consulted with Rodney. I shouldn't say we consulted with them to find out some of the things that they experienced in 2013 that we could learn from and hopefully make 2015 a little bit better, or not stumble over that particular thing, because there's a good saying, don't stumble on things that are behind you, right? So we don't want to do that. And about satisfying everybody, that I shouldn't say it that rash, is that I do want to have everybody to have a great experience, and they will. If they don't, it won't be because we didn't try. Exactly.
You could also have someone or a few people follow up with the suggestions in the suggestion box to make sure that anyone who may have been unsatisfied, that they get the one-on-one or maybe just a simple phone call, just to show a little more sincerity with their feelings, to let them know that it's just not on a piece of paper and going on the wayside. That just do a follow-up and so questions or concerns answered in the suggestion box in a timely manner.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me put it a better way of doing things. Because when you're doing something, you're focused on each task, and somebody that's not directly involved can see things we can't. So you can suggest something, and no, we can put it down, but that can also be for the next group that takes on that task.
Okay.
So I'll put it that way.
And sometimes I think about the positives, what we can do, because lots of times it's not really the activities, it's the way you felt while you were there. And so if you are warm, you're caring, you're including people, and you feel that, that makes up for a lot of things that didn't exactly go right. Yes, so if you feel loved and you feel like, hey, you know, I was never sitting on the court by myself, I love people, you know, everybody is trying to keep you included and engaged, and I mean, again, they have some components themselves, but if you are reaching out, trying to make everybody feel welcome, at the end of the day, most of the time, people are pretty satisfied, they're gonna remember how they felt.
Yeah, that's a good point, and, you know, us being the older generation, if we happen to see that, we need to just go ahead and automatically step in and bring them to the forefront. Hey, or your kids are, you know, like, can we mingle, or just open up the discussion with them. If we just happen to see someone sitting off to the side, and just being all quiet, just be fun.
Well, maybe that's,
be mindful and friendly.
maybe, Lois, was your committee, your hospitality committee? Maybe that could be charged with just having their antennas up and watching, working, we call it networking and working the crowd. And if you see anything that is out, that can be addressed at that time.
We're going to have hosts and hostesses, I think, working the lobby and working the floors if anybody's lost or don't know where they belong.
Or look disconnected or disjointed, you need to bring them in.
Yeah, I think that should be everyone's responsibility.
That's absolutely right, yeah.
We're all being but I'm saying the young people need an assignment. They need a responsibility. So that's something they're energetic and, hey, they can hang from the roof. And I can't hardly walk.
We can bring them over to you, you cheer them up.
I would do that. You need a hug?
You're right, exactly.
To piggyback off of that, so, you know, just monitoring, make sure everyone is feeling okay. I think priority should be on elders and possibly, you know, children. But making sure the elders are always taken care of. You know, they're hydrated, they're not hungry, and they're comfortable. So that's what you're saying.
And they're served, you know, they're served. They get, you know. You brought up a good point, because there's something that we didn't talk about, child care. I don't want people to not participate because they might have child care issues. Now, what do you all think about that? Because what did we hear? We heard something somewhere where they had. Mom volunteered. She volunteered. Come put it on my house. I'll stay here and go in the background.
Children should be included, but that's where young people come in with their energy on it. Now, if you know, children aren't your thing, don't do it.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you have a love of children, then they can probably, you know, maybe have games for children also. Because, you know, they're high. I know my grandson's high.
Right.
But I wouldn't put him in the child care. I would want him to interact with each generation. Maybe that's something that would be in the back of his mind as he grows up. So, I mean, I just have a different take that children can be included. But, you know, if a child's tired, I know they get tired, maybe we can have like
we can have a space. Because we are going to be on the roof. So.
Gotta make it safe.
Yeah, we definitely want to make it safe. But we'll put that in parking lot. But that's something that we definitely need to address is the child care. We do want them to be included, to Tammy's point. However, we do want it to be managed as well. So
it's kind of during the free time that children may.
Yes.
It's easy, like if we're on the roof and we have an event or something, and there's a room, somebody has an available room, you have to move
Movie night.
Movie night.
Pajamas,
Right.
party,
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's perfect, perfect. Anything else?
Just to be all inclusive, just to kind of try to think of any given scenario. What about, safety and like, emergency services or something? Is that something that's in the hotel? I mean, no liability or, I mean, what, you know what I mean? Like.
A nurse's station?
No, the
First
hotel,
aid or, yeah.
the hotel provides that, all the safety, but to your point, just like in any corporate meeting, you would announce probably or have something in the hospitality packet, you know, the emergency information and numbers and things if needed. You know, so.
Ohio Health. I'm sure they would supply there.
But in case of emergency, since we are going to be on the road in case of emergency, what is how to get down and down in the exits and all that. That will be reviewed and make sure that everybody.
And then remember the rooftop is like the third or fourth floor of where we're gonna be.
So I can tell.
Yeah. No, yeah, doesn't worry about anybody.
We'll just move inside.
Yes, we have, yes. Let's go.
The rooftop activities are just primarily Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
So what's Sunday's agenda?
Prayer, we're going to just kind of have
Is that in the room?
a morning, in the morning, it's going to be in a room, we're going to have continental breakfast, a gathering, you know, say our farewells through, you know, having prayer and meditation, loving departure.
Okay, and that should transpire by what time?
Did we say 7? No, it wasn't that.
7:30 is starting,
Yeah, to like 9:30.
it's about 9:30. So we can make sure we don't miss anybody who has flights that maybe, you know,
Do they show up? Or not?
I have to double check, I'm not sure.
Those that are at the airport, do we have enough family members flying?
Yeah,
Because that needs
yeah.
transportation already.
they need what?
We get from the airport to the hotel.
Yeah, once we get the registrations, we'll know who, I think we will know who's flying. I think the Georgia group is they talked about renting a bus. Karen, you still there?
No, she's not. Maybe she'll come back, but no, she's not here right now.
Well, it's coming in very clear now. Elias, do you have any questions or any comments that you heard?
Well, I'm just happy to see everybody. You know, I was one of the ones that never met anyone, even though I lived in the same city. So it's very exciting to see family members. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna bundle up my little group because everyone is scattered out and they're not used to doing any family events. So that's why this venue, Google, will leave out a lot of excuses for individuals who live in different states. That, you know, we can do it on, you know, just being consistent, getting to know each other, being consistent, because I know my family members, you know, we've been hurt so much and we help so many people, we are like totally exhausted, you know, so I'm just trying to get everybody round up and stuff like that. And I think meetings like this, that everybody get to, you know, meet and stuff like that, I just think it's honorable. And I'm honored to join. I hope others will join as well, because it's so convenient.
Thank you so much for introducing this technology to us as well. And we appreciate you spending the time with us.
Absolutely.
No, it's an honor, family. Trust me, it's an honor. Thank you.
Are you going to be able to come to the reunion?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I'm one of the ones that originated the concept because everybody know my background. So we started out in Atlanta, and I was one of the ones that, you know, was the reason, because I found the Joneses here in Atlanta on a whim. To give you a little short version, my mother was at Grady Hospital, and she, you know, she always been a minister and things like that, and she asked the senior ladies at the hospital lobby to do a prayer. And come to find out, one of them, the ladies that was praying with her, was my relative. So that's how all of this got started up a few years ago. Yeah, so it's I guess it's the time for it, the season, and I hope and pray the consistency, because we have a lot of gifted, beautiful children and relatives, but don't nobody know who's who. So they, so it just, the breakdown of any family is very, very destructive, especially in this time period that, no one knows. It's like me personally, I was right down the street. I think I lived on Carl Road, and my grandmother was at the senior citizen facility not too far from me. And I mean, that stuff like that, just mind blowing, so just trying to heal a lot of those things. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a great story. Great story. Thanks for sharing that. And that just drives us to do this even better. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So with that, does anybody have anything else before we adjourn this meeting? Before we need to have another meeting in 2015. And when do you think would be an appropriate time? I think we need to have it sometime in January. I think it needs to be probably more toward the middle or end of January, so that this excuse of holiday would be over, right? And then we can start hopefully seeing a windfall of registrations come in, right?
You're talking around Martin Luther King Day, January 15th, but that's
Monday is the 19th is Martin Luther King.
Yeah, it's a weekend, yeah. So maybe the week after.
The week after.
Martin Luther King, or the Saturday after Martin Luther King.
The Saturday after Martin Luther King Day is the 24th, and Sunday is obviously the 25th.
Yeah, my wife's the 28th.
She's 30.
So.
Just throw that in there.
Oh, Lois's birthday is 24th. You don't live on your birthday.
Wow, we'll have a party for you. Inclusive.
You can be
Make
the
it
oldest
easier to
of that
remember.
The 24th? Is that on Saturday? What is that?
Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine.
24th is Saturday? Who's that?
Okay.
I always do cousin Dickie, but I never knew it. I know cousin Dickie.
28th. Stephanie's is the 28th. Austin's the 28th, yeah.
Oh, she?
Yeah. Austin. Aquarius. Okay, so with that, in Tampa.
Well, we had it last night. Oh.
Everybody come to Tampa. Y'all gonna want to by that time. That's snow.
We'll work out.
Well, anybody had it, girls?
Let's all bring the dish. Graduation of her.
Yeah.
Okay. Where?
Lois just volunteered her house on her birthday.
Bring it in, cover it.
Okay. And a cleanup crew.
She looks out for you, does she?
Well, y'all clean up, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'll make sure that y'all do clean up.
The door will not open until the cleanup crew is.
Yeah, you lock the door. No one leaves. Okay, so.
No idea.
What time?
This is gonna be a real response for some movies so dark.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where people have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And your schedule.
Well, yeah, so Saturday, 3 or 4?
3.
3?
3 and y'all start at 4. I'll call it at 4. 4:30.
No,
You're
we're
still
gonna
there?
be prompt.
5?
No, we're gonna be prompt.
Okay, very good. So with that, thank you very much. Mandy, are you still on? No? Mandy, no.
She's still on.
I'm
Mandy?
still here. I'm still
Do
here.
you have Mandy, do you have anything?
No, everything was great.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to adjourn the meeting, so we're going to sign off the Google telephone.
Okay.
God bless you, Godspeed.
Love
and,
you.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.